Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing and hands-on review of the iQOO Z7 5G. Now here's the box. This phone is available in two variants. Base variant is priced at 19,000 rupees and it comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 20,000 rupees and it comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. It's available in two colors, Norway Blue and the Pacific Night. We have the 8GB variant in the Norway Blue color. If you buy it on Amazon using a standard chartered credit card, you can get up to 7.5% of instant discount right now. So you can buy it around 17,600 for the base variant. Now the main highlights for this phone would be its processor. It comes with a Dimensity 920 processor, which is one of the best in terms of performance in this price segment. It's got an AMOLED display with in-display fingerprint scanner. It also comes with a pretty good 64 megapixel rear camera, and this phone also has IP54 water and rust resistance. So guys, without any further delays, let's get on with the unboxing. Here's the box, a typical iQOO box in terms of design. Anyway, let's open it up. So first we have the phone itself, followed by the barcode stickers. Next, there's a transparent silicone case, followed by the documentation. Next, we have the 44-watt flash charger, followed by the USB Type-C charging cable, and finally, a SIM card ejector. Now this is how the phone looks on the front, and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now first, let's have a physical overview. On the back side, this phone comes with a 2.5D curved fiberglass with a nice matte finish and a pretty cool pattern underneath it. At the top, we got a pretty huge camera module with two cameras and the flash. At the bottom, we got the iQOO branding. On the front, we have a pretty huge display with a U-shaped notch protected by a 2.5D curved glass. Bezels on the three sides, namely the left, right and top, are pretty slim, and as for the bottom, the chin is kinda big. Now for the sides, we get a flat design which actually makes the phone stand on its own. On the right side, we got the power and volume buttons. They are made of plastic, they are sufficiently elevated, and they also have a nice sticky feel to them. At the top, we got the secondary microphone for noise cancellation and the SIM card tray. Now here's the SIM card tray. It's got a nano SIM card slot along with a hybrid SD card slot. So you can either use two nano SIMs or a nano SIM and an SD card. Now on the left side, it's completely plain. And finally on the bottom, we got the primary microphone followed by the audio jack, USB Type-C charging port and the speaker grill. By the way, this phone has just a single speaker at the bottom. Now this phone has a thickness of 7.8 mm, which is ultra sleek and weighs just 173 grams. I must say, in hand, this phone definitely feels pretty sleek and the weight distribution is also pretty good. It feels pretty light in weight. Now these are the complete specifications of this phone. This phone comes with a dual camera setup on the rear. At the top, it has a 2 megapixel camera for taking portrait shots, and following that is a 64 megapixel primary camera with optical image stabilization with Samsung's GW3 sensor. For selfies, we get a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. In the display department, this phone comes with a 6.38-inch AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution with a peak brightness of 1300 nits and also has 90Hz screen refresh rate. It has HDR10+ support and Wideband L1 as well. In terms of performance, this phone comes with a Dimensity 920 with ARM Mali G68 MC4 GPU with up to 8GB of RAM and with 128GB of storage. These are the benchmark scores. We also got features like Extended RAM 3.0 and motion control, which I'll talk at the end of the video. In the software department, this phone will be running FunTouch OS 13 based on Android 13. And this phone will get 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates, which is really good. And finally, in the battery department, this one comes with a 4500 mAh battery, supports fast charging, and also comes with a 44-watt flash charger inside the box. You can charge your phone from 0 to 50% in just 25 minutes, which is pretty good. Now this is the free case that we get inside the box. This is how the phone looks with the case on. It just gives you some basic protection, prevents smudges, and it gives you some extra grip. That's all. Not too much in terms of drop protection. But for the first starting few days, it'll definitely suffice. Now let me turn on the phone and set it up. Now this is how the phone looks once you turn it on. Now here's the home screen. This is the app drawer. There are quite a few applications, a bit of bloatware as well, but you can uninstall most of them. So that's pretty good. By the way, there is no FM radio on this phone. Next, this is the notification panel, and here's the setting page. Now let's check the about page. So this phone is running FunTouch OS 13 based on Android 13 with the February 1st security patch. Now here's the storage information. You get about 105GB of space for our user apps and user data. Now let's check out the camera interface. It looks pretty similar to other FunTouch OS based phones. We got the default photo mode. On the left side, we have the portrait mode and the night mode. On the right side, we got the video mode and the more section. We have a pretty similar interface even for the front camera. Now these are some sample shots. Surprisingly, cameras on this phone are really good. Now let's test the single speaker at the bottom. Speaker is pretty loud, it's good enough for ringtones and alarms, and you can watch videos as well without any major issues. But still, I wish it had dual speakers. Now let's test the in-display fingerprint scanner. Here's a quick preview, and it's pretty fast, like it unlocks the phone within a second. We also got the face unlock feature. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, face unlock works really well. It almost unlocks the phone instantly. In complete darkness, face unlock still works really well, but takes about a second or so. It depends on the screen brightness. Now finally, when it comes to connectivity, this phone comes with dual SIM 5G, it has Wi-Fi 6 with Bluetooth 5.2, and these are the 5G bands that are available, which covers all the major bands. Now for the hands-on review, the phone definitely has a very premium feel to it, and this is also one of the few phones which actually come with IP54 water and dust resistance, especially under 20,000 rupees. I personally also like the boxy design, which makes it much more comfortable to hold, and I personally think the phone does look quite premium. Now in the display department, we do get an AMOLED display with in-display fingerprint scanner, which is kind of a premium feature, I would say, because most of the phones these days come with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner. So considering that, display is definitely pretty good on this phone. Now finally, in the performance section, I've used this phone for regular usage for a couple of hours. Obviously there is no lag or any kind of issue, and I've tried gaming as well, and the gaming experience is also pretty good. And on this phone, we also have the new motion control feature, which allows us to do some actions using motion control. Like you can reload your weapon or just do a jump by doing a motion gesture to your phone. And that definitely works out pretty well, especially if you are gamers, you'll definitely love this feature. Now when it comes to the cameras, I was kind of disappointed because of the lack of a wide angle camera, but the primary camera is still pretty good, it takes pretty great pictures, and the stabilization with the rear camera video is also pretty good. So guys, to conclude, if you're looking to buy a phone around 20,000 rupees, you're someone who likes to play a lot of games, or even if you're a normal user who wants a good display, fast charging speeds, best performance for the long-term usage, can definitely consider the iQOO Z7. And yes, it's also 5G. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video. If you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.